So was the camp you went to in Arizona, was that Quarterback Universe?
No, they call it first down training.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so the guy's name is Grant Carey. We just followed him out. This is the first time he's done Brazon, by far the youngest ones there, but
Yeah.
it was good. It was pretty intense. It was good. Yeah, we got 7-on-7 practice tonight. Like, dude, Logan, your arm's going to fall off by the time this weekend's over.
No kidding. Well, the good news here is they don't fully run them on nothing but routes the whole time.
Right.
So at least they're getting some of that other stuff.
For sure. And honestly, this is way better. We did the 5th grade one over Martin Luther King Day because he's a 5th grader. But he's worked with Dustin. I'm like, it's 4th and 5th grade, so they had these kids that didn't know what they were doing, and it was not a waste of time, but it wasn't great. So I said to Dustin, can I just bump him up?
This kid's actually right here.
Better.
This kid that's going for this route right now, he's a 5th grader.
Okay.
He's been playing for me since like 3rd grade.
Nice.
So, and his son Gunnar just started playing this fall. He barely missed our selection team to go to Arizona, and good attitude, hard worker.
So we do fall and spring flag. It's just all flag.
Yep.
Interesting. And almost all NFL flag stuff. I didn't know
It
they
is.
had like national NFL flag tournaments.
Yeah. So the one that we're looking at attending is in Vegas, April 30th or something. This is the tail end of the month. We'll probably try to put a team together.
And do you just sign up for those, or do you have to be selected?
No, you can sign up for them through your charter. Like, they'd like you to have like a team that qualifies through your league. Like the champions get the option for it, but like where our league doesn't take a champion,
Right.
they're not fully sponsored champion deals. You can just sign up and go. So like the Arizona one was brutal.
Yeah.
And tell your kids it's fast, and check your leagues to make sure they're not deviating the rules.
Right.
Because like our league, in the spring in the fall we had too many kids and not enough coaches, so they ran 7 or 6 on the field at a time. So then when our kids got to the 5-on-5, it was night and day for them.
So they have 5-on-5 down there, not 6 or 7, because we run the 7-on-7 up here.
Yeah, and when you run the
Even
actual
in
national
flag.
tournaments, they're 5-on-5.
Really?
Yeah, and it is fast.
Oh, that's cool. I like
Yeah.
that better.
Because the field's smaller.
The fields are so small.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I actually like that better.
Yeah, so when they go to the small field in the 5-on-5, it's actually really good for spacing. Like, I try to teach these kids a lot of attack. Like, for a 5th grade receiver to attack the ball like that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't have grown men that could attack a ball that way.
How do you line up generally defensively? with 5?
Defensively, on 5, I just go man, 1 safety high, and then he has blitz option to walk the backer up. And then our safety will either drop and pick up free man like center, or eyes on QB like a spy.
You have the center and the QB, so then you man up the other 3 with a single.
We didn't have coaches at our level that were teaching that. And in high school, I was a receiver. I played veer, nothing but veer-o.
And that's the thing, like this whole 7-on-7 thing, that's why these quarterbacks are so good now.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at the hours and the balls that they've thrown more than we were this age.
And not even just your QBs, but your receivers.
Yeah.
Like, for them to learn how to stem kids, how to like set our hips, how to run. Like, I've been working with my son on his running efficiency, because he kind of runs a little clunky. And I'm like, you get that from your dad, because I was pigeon-toed pretty bad. So I'm like, we'll smooth that out now. Nobody smooths my running out. Nobody taught me how to run with a level head. Like his son, Gunnar, we've worked on his false step just in a handful of practices. Like him getting rid of a false step, unless he has man press, the inside leverage, you don't need it. This kid right here, Jace, the problem with him is the kid's his age, he's too fast. So watch, he'll do a stutter step before he leaves. And we call it fast hands, fast feet. Yeah, far side. See? Little stutter step. And that's only because the kid's his age, he's too fast. So he'll outrun the quarterback's arm.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So he never has any way to catch up to it. So I had to teach him, like, hey, you've got to learn how to leverage and delay. They're smarter than we were too, man. Like, X light years smarter. Because I put in 8 formations, all motions, in 7-man or 6-man flag. And steps, breaking it down in components, is it like letting the kids learn all facets of the game as opposed to like all in one chunk, right? Like I always say, that the disadvantage we had as players is you did 10 minutes of individuals, and then you went and did Team O for 2.5 hours.
Right.
And nobody,
So true.
your second string guys never got better. Nobody developed, you know. And their big emphasis is like your first hour of practice should be nothing but drill work.
Right.
And everybody, you put those components in, your whole line learns all their sets by themselves. And when you plug it in, you're not fighting each other.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just athletically, the capability of our kids is not like it was for us. His basketball team puts up like 60, 70 points a game. I'm like, in 6th grade, our scores were like 12 to 8.
Yeah.
We were terrible. Nobody had a left hand or an off-hand dribble. These kids are learning hesitation steps.
Yeah.
We didn't have a hesitation.
No.
My hesitation was when the ball hit me in the
gotta
face
show
because
you
somebody
this.
yelled at me.
This was from his basketball game. Let me see if I can find the clip. Like 2 weeks ago. And he doesn't always look this good, but I was like, dude, if I'd have done that in 5th grade.
And it was on VHS. You'd watch it to this day.
My dad had the tripod out.
Yeah. The big shouldered Canon camera. Good break, Jace. Nice grab, dude.
This is it. So look at this. He's so cool.
Well, and the other thing, like I tell my son, so he's watching Apex videos, like how to get better Apex player.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, with your athletic ability, what are you doing? That's what I like. Okay, well, I'm not going to push you, but
Yeah.
think about maybe taking a little bit of that energy and putting into your athletic stuff as opposed to, like, scholastically, that's top tier for us. Like I always tell my son, I'm like, from an athletic standpoint, is the reason I never got recruited as a receiver wasn't because I wasn't a good receiver, it's because I was an idiot in school.
You just weren't smart enough.
I didn't apply myself. And back then, we all thought if you were good enough, it didn't matter. When I went to my first recruiting trip to Boise